Hello everyone, Chance here. Have not made a video in I think it's been like 6 months. You guys know how it is with me. Every time I post, I always give a huge apology for how long it's taken me to make a video. But I have a lot of shit going on in my life. And actually my son was just born on the 4th of July, so he's almost 5 months old now. It's pretty cool being a dad and stuff. It's also intimidating, but just mainly the only reason it's difficult is because I live in Wyoming, and you go outside here in this state and just the air alone hurts your face. So it just complicates just ordinary daily tasks. But that's besides the point. I wanted to make a quick little video. Well, hopefully it's quick. Hopefully I don't ramble on too long. Honestly, I don't really care about the YouTube algorithm where you're supposed to have videos be at least 10 minutes long. That way they show up more in feeds and all this shit. I really don't give a fuck. I just think it's fun to make some content. But I just wanted to talk about the current state of Modern Warfare. They are making some patches that have been helpful with footsteps. They did do a nerf to the Claymore, but to be honest, the issues I have with the game is the maps. And I just saw recently that some information about the Season 1 stuff that is coming out in the game, that the 3 maps that they're coming out with for 6v6 are already just pre-made maps. I believe it was like Shipment, was it Vacant, and Crash? I think that was right. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a source for news or information in the COD community. I'm just someone who likes to talk about it. So yeah, it's kind of weird that the 3 maps they're coming out with for 6v6 are pre-made, no, not pre-made maps, previous maps from past Call of Duties. And I'm not gonna bitch about it, but I think it's because they got so much hate on their new map designs in this game, and people do not fucking like it, me included. I think this is the worst Call of Duty I've ever played for maps. Worse than Ghost for me personally. I can't stand it. But every corner in this game, it seems like there's like 30 different hallways, 4 different little corners in each room, and they really tried to, like, they want to make it immersive. I understand what they were going for, but they failed. All they did is honestly make an unbalanced product. Look at airsoft, paintball, the NFL, baseball, all this stuff. The field has to be symmetrical, or if it's not symmetrical, it has to be even for both sides playing it. So like in baseball, right field might be shorter than left field, but when the other team gets up to bat, it's the same. It's the exact same for them. So there's not really an advantage one way or the other, unless you want to take into effect like if you're batting left or right, but that's besides the point. In the NFL, you want the field to be symmetrical. You don't want, like, let's say this team that's going down the field only to have 30 yards, let's say, just on their side of the end zone, and then the other side have like 90 yards and have everything fucked up. It's just, that's not balanced. That's not fair for a sport or anything that can be competitive. And I do not follow like competitive gaming as much anymore over the last few years, but I don't even know how they're gonna be doing it in this game. It doesn't really make sense to me how they will. They'll probably do cyber attack or search and destroy is my guess, but I don't know how they're going to do it in this game. It's so imbalanced with the maps that I don't know how they're going to have major like pro teams competing on these maps in this game for money. It just doesn't make sense, because you're going to just, a lot of these players are probably just going to be hoping that they get a certain spawn depending on the map. And I just feel like if they could have done a better job with the map design, not have like so many angles on every doorway. There's too many lanes, too many lines of sight. Like they nerfed the claymores, but there's so many nooks and crannies everywhere that it doesn't really take into effect. It's like the little nerf they did to the claymore pretty much did nothing, because if you're just still smart about placing your claymore, it's still going to get you a bunch of kills. The only way to counter is EOD, but honestly, the only way to get past EOD is to run a proximity mine, and proximity mines are now way strong. Sometimes if you have certain perks, you can run 2 of them, and you can just throw 2 of them down, then resupply from ammo crates or scavenger. It is ridiculous. And then you just throw them all over the map, and then I'll even crouch under proximity mines. I will run all over. I will jump all over, and they still fucking kill me no matter what. They still take the top of my face off as if like an Olympic level discus thrower, like frisbee to fucking discus right into my nose. It's just kind of overwhelming. The 725 is in a better state than what it was, but to be honest, something else is just going to take its spot. Right now, you guys are probably aware that the 357 handgun secondary can get Snakeshot, which is honestly very close to a 725, but you get 6 shots in it and not 2. It is super overpowered on close quarter engagements or maps. It is, in my opinion, easily the best gun in the game. Of course, longer range, maybe in ground war and stuff, it's not as effective. But in your standard 6v6 maps and stuff, and even the 10v10 stuff, it is super effective. Like, if you could just run the handgun only the handgun and possibly even a riot shield, because you need a primary gun. So if you ran a primary, like, riot shield, that would be on your back. And then for your gun, you could run Snakeshot 357. It's pretty lethal, especially on shooting house. And there's just too many things like that, I feel like, in the game. I feel like the VTOL is, like, super overpowered. For only 8 kills, you get honestly, a fucking kill streak that you can argue is better than the chopper gunner. On certain maps, you can literally touch people from, if you put the VTOL over flag A, it can kill people at flag C. There are a few maps that it does that on, and it's ridiculous. It has so much range, and not only that, it does like a Harrier airstrike and then hovers over the map. And not only that, you could tell it where to follow you. That is what's most, like, ridiculous to me. It's so powerful. And no, every single person ever that plays this game that at least is a YouTuber, let's say someone who can fairly easily get like 8 kills in a row, is 100% running a VTOL. Like in the gameplay you're watching now, I didn't even get a whole lot of gun kills. I think I got 2 VTOLs in this game, and honestly, those got like half of the kills for me. It's just so strong, and this is a pretty large map. And I know, of course, people say, well, you could just shoot it down. It's like, yes, that's true, but it is so accurate. It literally pins you down in buildings. It locks onto you, too, right when you spawn. It's almost like there's no spawn protection. You just instantly get targeted by it, and you pop out, and you just start getting melted by it. It is a little ridiculous. Some other little gripes I have with the game. I do think Ground War has too many players. Not a lot of people seem to be saying that, so I might be the odd man out, but I just think 32 versus 32 is way too much for the maps. I think 24 versus 24 would be more appropriate, because half the time I'm in the game, there's 5 flags, and the C flag right in the middle, we're all just fighting for it. There's like 25 on one side, 25 on another hallway, and we're just shooting at each other. And you could respawn back in just a couple seconds, so it's almost like it doesn't fucking matter. It's pretty much just like having a gigantic infantry fight in one hallway. I just think it's a little too much. People will argue with me with that and say, well, maybe you shouldn't be running with your squad. It's like, it's just kind of annoying. I play the objectives, so I try to push up and go to a flag, but it's almost like I die, spawn, die, spawn. It's hard to chain anything. Not only that, everyone's running chopper gunners, and there's always those few people who camp or sit on rooftops and get 12 or 11 kills, whatever, get a chopper gunner and just kind of annoy it. The kill streaks aren't as big of an issue in Ground War, because there's quite a few people that run anti-air equipment and stuff to shoot them down, but it's still frustrating. I still would like to see 24 versus 24. I think that would be more appropriate. Anymore, I've been playing 10v10 because in 6v6 there's so much camping. Even though they're trying to nerf the shotgun and nerf this and nerf that, it doesn't honestly matter when the map design's so bad, and kids are still going to want to be sitting in corners. That's just my opinion. I've been going to 10v10 because of that, and it's hard as hell to play the game. I do think that they have made great progress on the footsteps. It's just now the game's been out for over a month, and it might just be a little too late, honestly. This game might have so many issues and things that turn people away that they might not even give a shit. I'm going to wait until this Season 1 stuff releases, because it's supposed to be free. At least that's what I heard. And if it is, I'm going to give this game up until that point. I believe they said they're supposed to start releasing stuff slowly. December 3rd, I think I read that. So I'll be playing the game through then. But to be honest, if these maps suck, if it's same shit, different color, I'm probably going to be done with this game. And I kind of figured that going into it. We were told, like, oh, this game has a whole new engine. It has all this new stuff. It is a completely different, revamped Call of Duty like you've never seen. And it's like, all right, cool. Well, now that I'm playing it, and I'm about, right now I think I'm a rank 140. I have like 2 days played, and it's like, well, what's new? It's like, well, you can mount, and you can sprint faster than you usually can for a few seconds. Yeah, I think that's about it. It's like, all right, congratulations on the new engine, because to me it still feels the same. You could still jump shot people with no penalty. You could still drop shot people with no penalty. I think if they could literally just make it so if you jump shot or drop shot, you have to hip fire only. You cannot aim down sights while doing this. I think that will counter it just a little bit. This way, these super aggressive players who rely on that with their scuff controllers and all that shit won't be so butthurt, and players like myself who don't use scuffs, and honestly, I try not to jump shot or drop shot like ever. I don't know, I just find it kind of annoying. So it's like I try to just I try to play the game in a sense of how can I play this and win without doing that shit. It's like, well, you have to be tactical, you have to be precise with your accuracy, you have to be smart in how you are approaching gunfights and the engagements. It's just a personal little opinion of mine and how I like to play the game, but I just think that would be really nice to see, and I think most of the players want that. They're sick of fucking shooting someone in the back for three or four times just to get turned on and then shot in the face from someone who jumped and then went prone. Pretty frustrating. And this is supposed to be boots on the ground, so it's like, go play a fucking Advanced Warfare if you want to do that shit. But that's just my opinion. Thanks you guys for watching. I know, random fucking video, but I wanted to talk some shit and say what's up. So thanks for watching. You guys have a good day and be safe. See ya.
If you really care.